Hey guys, welcome to day 5, flight 4 of my one-man army experiment. This is going to be a similar mission to the last one in that we're going to be escorting 4 two-ship flights of A-10s on a pre-planned CAS on a tank battalion near the flot. So the target is the 5th Tank Battalion within the 4th Armored Brigade within the 1st Armored Division. They're currently at 100%. Their orders are to defend Gongjiang-dong. They're located right about here. They are made up of about 16 tanks and then various other vehicles. So that's 20, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, and about 29 targets in total. And they don't have an ETA showing or anything, so they should be at their target and they should be stationary. But as we saw in the last flight, sometimes these targets start to move when they're getting attacked. Sometimes just to like realign their formation, their defense posture or whatever. So we'll see what happens. The A-10 flights are loaded up with similar loadouts to the last flight. So they're all carrying 8 packs of small diameter bombs and then 4 times Mavericks, and then the rest of the bombs I just left to whatever was automatically loaded onto the aircraft. So in some cases it's Mark 82s, in other cases it's cluster bombs. Doesn't really matter too much though. The bulk of the damage is going to come from the SDBs and the Mavericks. The A-10 flights begin departing at 1830 hours, staggered by 5-minute departure delays, so very similar to the last flight. I thought that rhythm really worked out good for us. Their flight plan is a little bit different just because I need to coordinate some of the timing with myself. For this mission, I'm not going to be in an F-16 Block 50. You know, we have ROEs and I need to rotate through different air bases. Pohang, the other F-16 base, is also still down. Take my word for it. I can't get the hover to work, but it's down. And Pusan is also down. So that leaves us with the Vincent. So we're going to be flying an F-18 out of the Vincent, and we're going to have to go kind of right across the country to meet up with these A-10s. So we'll jump over to my flight here. I'm a single ship, F-18, obviously. The loadout is as follows. It's a whole bunch of AMRAAMs, 9 AMRAAMs total, 1 center line, and then 2 wingtip AIM-9Xs. We're going to be departing from the Vincent and then flowing on a southwest heading to Steer 2 and then straight west to Steer 3. Steer 3 is kind of the rally point where we're going to be meeting with the A-10 flights. The first A-10s are scheduled to arrive at Steer 3 at 1850, so 50 minutes. That's 50 from the time of this briefing. 1851 to be exact, but around 1850. And then they, you know, because of the 5-minute departure delays, they should all arrive at this rally point at about the same time. I'm just going to go ahead and put on the steer lines here. So you can see the flight plan of the A-10s heading straight south, then over to the rally point, and then we're going to move together to the IP over here, which is 60 miles south of the AO, and then we're all going to be moving together in a rhythmic fashion straight north to the AO with 5-minute kind of delays in between each flight. So also I've got Camel, and what is this flight called? Sentry 1, which is our AWACS, and I've got Camel, which is our tanker. The tanker is departing at 1830. Oh, okay. No. That's our flight. Sorry, our flight is departing at 1830. The tanker is departing at 1805. Okay, so let's just jump into the tanker here real quick. They are going to be on station at their Steer 3 at 1837. Okay, so the plan for us is to meet them, which is kind of close to the rally point. I'll get their steer point lines on there. And we're going to meet them kind of in between our steer 2 and our steer 3. This is the tanker track right here. It runs parallel, just a little bit offset between our segment between steer 2 and steer 3. So we're going to get fuel. Should take, I don't know, about 10 minutes or so. And then we're going to try to meet up at the rally point with the A-10s at 1850. And we'll, like I said, move to their IP over here and then straight north to the AO. Hopefully have enough missiles to defend all 4 flights. You know, we didn't need a whole lot last time, but you never know what the DPRK is going to throw at us. And then we'll try to head back south, and you know, if we need the gas, we'll come back and try to do another second round of like AAR and then head home. And we also, like I said, we also have Sentry, which will be just stationed straight south of everything over here. Yeah, so that's about the whole briefing. I fragged 4 flights of A-10s, even though we were able to take down that column last time with 3 flights of A-10s. It was real close. It was the last couple of bombs of that 3rd flight are what took it out. So I'm planning a 4th flight just in case the first couple of flights are not quite as efficient. Also, I think there are a couple more targets in this column than the last one we attacked. I think there was 27 in the last one, and this one's 29. So we might need that last flight just to clean up everything. I'm not loading any air-to-ground stuff on my own jet, so there's no way I'm going to be able to clean up after these guys and take out a last spare target or 2 if they don't miss it. I'm really relying on the A-10s to do everything. So yeah, that's about it. It's going to be a pretty long flight all in all. It's going to, for me to travel all this way, get fuel, and then move north with the A-10s, cover them for a good 20 minutes or so, get more gas, and then fly all the way home. It's definitely going to be an over an hour flight, maybe closer to 2. All right, so yeah, I think that's it. I've pretty much covered everything, and we'll see you guys in the pit. Marshal Sting 1 requesting permission to taxi to Mount 1 for departure.
Taxi. Hold short.
Marshal Sting 1, good tension, good power. Salute.
Sting 1-1, resume on navigation.
Hey guys, so we're airborne here and studied up at about 500 feet and 300 CAS. Just going to extend till we get about 7 miles away from Mother, and then we'll navigate our way to Steer 2. And there's 7 miles. Okay, pitch back right to Steer 2 at Buster. Okay, we're on heading steer 2. We'll set our usual autopilot settings here. And just maintain a climb of about 10 degrees. We're looking for cruise altitude of Angels 20. Let's get ourselves fenced in. We'll do a flare check here.
Chaff, flare,
And a chaff check.
flare.
Jammer check. All checked out. Century Sting 1 single ship F-18 Charlie departing from the Vincent. We're Escort for package 1984 as fragged.
Sting 1-1, Century 1, picture clear.
Sting 1. Alright, we just brought the climb down to about 7 degrees there, just because we're losing a little bit of airspeed. Got a little abnormal weather effects to our 7 o'clock there. Alright, while we're in the climb here, let's go ahead and set up the intra-flight data link. So as usual, we're just going to put in the flight leads, 11, 21, 31, and 41. And we are, of course, flight 51. But I'm not going to activate the data link yet. We'll wait until we're a little bit closer to the rendezvous point, just so I can save myself the headache of the cricket chirps. And we got TGP, so we'll set that to TV and 4x zoom. We're through 18,000, looking for Angels 20. And coming up on 20, nosing over. Alright, steadied up for 20, and we've got an altitude hold locked in, and we'll come off the power a little bit. Okay, flight plan review. Steer 2 is currently, let's see here, 113 miles away. That's just like a navigation steer point. What we'll do is we're going to set the autopilot just to automatically take us there through the steer points. So we'll come right to steer 3. Steer 3 is the rendezvous point for the A-10s as well as the tanker. The tanker track runs parallel between steer 3 and steer 4. We'll get some fuel here and meet up with the A-10s as well. Steer 4 is the IP, and steer 5, which is directly north of steer 4, is the AO, over by the dotted line, which represents the float. So yeah, we've got about, like I said, 100 and some miles here to go until we get to even the next steer point in the flight plan here. So I'll probably just cut the video, and then we'll come back if something interesting happens or when I get close to the tanker. Hey guys, we're back. We are currently just over the south coast of the mainland. We got 2 contacts on the FCR, one dead in front of us at 24,000, one a little bit to the left of that at 26,000. The one at 24 is AWACS, or sorry, Camel, and the one at 26 is AWACS. So we are just about 15 miles out. I'm going to go for a TV point here on the TGP. And we'll go ahead and snooze the radar. We've already gone master safe. I'll put on the external lights here. And the autopilot is now just automatically pulling us over towards steer 3, which is the rendezvous point. The current time is 18:37. I think the on-station time for the tanker is sort of around 18:37, so we still have a few more minutes before it's actually on station. We'll wait for that before we do a Y1. And yeah, I'm just getting visual on the tanker there, just over my left handlebar, speck off in the distance. So let's switch from altitude hold to attitude hold, and we're going to go buster and paddle switch ourselves up a little bit here, and we're just going to climb our way up to 24,000 because that's where the tanker usually hangs out at. Okay, at 24,000, we'll nose over here. Time's 18:35, just a couple more minutes. Currently just under 7 miles out from the tanker. All right, let's come off the autopilot altogether, and we'll just roll left and start our approach here. Yeah, it looks like the tanker's actually contrailing. And we are not, which is interesting. Okay, 3.5 miles out. I think I just saw a little bit of a course correction there from Camel, so that means it probably just arrived on station. Camel 1, Sting 1, single ship F-18 Charlie at your 7 o'clock, about 0.2 miles out, requesting permission to form up left side for pre-contact.
Sting 1-1, Camel 1-1. Copy. Sting 1-1, Camel 1-1. You are cleared to pre-contact position.
Sting 1. Camel 1, Sting 1, saddled up left side, preparing to move to pre-contact.
1-1, Camel 1-1. Cleared to contact position.
Camel 1, Sting 1, copy that, moving to contact position.
Contact.
Camel 1, Sting 1, contact, good flow. Alright, so we are just under 10,000 pounds. We actually didn't use too much fuel getting here. Full fuel internal plus the center line is going to be 12.9. So this shouldn't take too long.
Disconnect.
Camel 1, Sting 1, disconnected, off to the right. Camel, Sting 1, all topped up, thanks for the gas.
Roger.
Alrighty, let's fence ourselves back in. And we'll go ahead and activate the data link here. And we've already got data. How many ships we got here? We got 2 flights so far on the data, and they're yeah, just approaching Steer 3, the rendezvous point now. We're going to go ahead and reference Steer 4, I guess, and stay in Buster, and let's climb our way up to about 25,000. The A-10s look like they're down at Angel 6. And there's pretty heavy clouds here, so we probably won't be able to see them. And there's a new contact just beyond the second flight. Undoubtedly the third group of A-10s. Alright, we're at Angels 2.5 here. Let's nose over. Actually, Angels 2.6. And we'll set an altitude hold. And come off power a little bit. Sentry Sting 1 picture.
Sting 1-1, Sentry 1, picture clear.
Sting 1. Alright, we're about 40 miles out from the IP. We'll just push our way there now. We're directly over the first flight of A-10s. And we'll get ourselves over to the IP and then just orbit as needed until they catch up to us. Okay, it looks like the first flight of A-10s is just a couple miles out from the IP, so we're going to go Buster and pull a little harder through this turn. And we're just going to get ourselves on heading for steer 5, which is the AO.
Bull 1, attack target. Bullseye 215, 60 miles.
Alright, Bull is at their IP. Sentry, Sting 1, picture.
Sting 1-1, Sentry 1, picture clear.
Sting 1. Sentry, Sting 1, picture update.
Sting 1-1, Sentry 1, picture clear.
Sting 1. Looks like Flight 2, which I think is Bulldog, is just a couple miles out from the IP as well.
Bulldog 1, attack target at bearing 010,
Yep, there they
20
are.
miles.
Okay, at the IP, turning north now, no doubt. I think the distance between the IP and the AO is about 55 miles or so. And they should deploy their weapons a little bit before they get to the AO, obviously. Probably around, I forget when it is, maybe 15 miles out is kind of when they normally deploy their SDBs, and probably about 10 miles out when they deploy the Mavericks. Alright, looks like nothing is really happening here. Oh, and just as I say that, we got a contact off the nose. I was about to turn back around into the wheel, but we picked up something off the nose about 60 miles out. Yeah, it looks like 2 groups actually. Sentry, Sting 1, declare contacts, Bullseye 246, 021, 23000.
Sting 1-1, Sentry 1, contact confirmed hostile.
Sting
Bull
1.
1, attack target at bearing 015, 10 miles.
Okay, they're still quite a ways out, like 60 plus miles out, over by the MiG-21 and MiG-29 base. So I'm going to come left back into the wheel here and let Bullflight do their thing, and I'm going to try to form up on Bulldog. Or not form up on Bulldog, but, you know, sync myself with another push north with Bulldog. Looks like Bullflight is actually off target. That's kind of weird. Or the flight lead is, but the wingman looks like he's still in hot. I don't know why the flight lead came off cold like that. I didn't hear anything get deployed. I don't think so.
Bruiser. Bruiser. Bruiser.
Yeah, you can see the wingman there deploying his bruisers.
Bruiser. 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 Bruiser.
Damn. Tried to get TGP on him again, but just a little too late. Yeah, it looks like the flight lead didn't do anything.
Rifle.
This is just like, looks like he's just flowing back out home. And the wingman is deploying rifles now.
Rifle. Rifle.
Alright, we are almost right over top of the second flight, so I'm going to go back to Buster and come around left and push back north with them. And we got contacts inbound.
101, attack target, bullseye, 215.
Sentry, Sting 1, declare contacts, bullseye 1990542 5000.
Sting, 1-1, Sentry, 1, contact confirmed hostile. I need is MiG-29.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. MiG-29's 40 miles out. Yeah, it looks like a force ship. Okay, they got music on, and I'm going to climb up to about Angels 30. They look like they're hot on us. Sentry, Sting 1, committing force ship MiG-29s, bullseye 200058. Okay, 28 miles out. I'm going to pickle at about 25 and try to come off defensive at about 20. Fox 3. Fox 3. Fox 3. And Fox 3. And we're at 20 miles here. Yeah, I'm going to come off cold. I'm not sure if I got pit bulls, but it's going to have to be good enough. And we're dark for MiG-29s in that direction, so they're all probably defensive, which means my missile tracks are probably good. And I see a couple splashes. Or is that just junk? No, that's definitely a splash back there. I thought it might just be a smudge on my monitor. Sentry, Sting 1, bogey dope.
Sting, 1, Sentry, 1, nearest hostile, MiG-29s, 2 ship, bullseye, 205, 60 miles, 18,000.
Sting 1. 205, 60 miles. Yeah, so it sounds like we splashed 2 of them. But I don't know, it felt like all really good tracks, so maybe 2 are just still in the process of exploding. Anyway, the second flight of A-10s look like they're off as well, which is kind of aggravating. I don't know what's going on here. I don't recall them deploying weapons, and they both look like they're off. Maybe they were deploying weapons during that engagement, and I was just too focused and didn't hear it, but I don't think so. I don't think they deployed anything. Alright, we're almost right over top of the third flight, so I'm going to go back to Buster and pull left through the turn here and make another push back north. And we got two groups of strobers. They look about 60 miles out, a little bit east of the AO. And contact as well. Sentry, Sting 1, bogey dope.
Sting 1, Sentry 1, nearest hostile, MiG-29, bullseye, 225, 50 miles, 25,000.
Sting 1. Wow, I see lots of stuff out here. It looks like there's about 3 flights out here to me. None of them look like they're, really in hot on me. Yeah, it looks like 2 different flights that are very close together.
Occasion 1, attack target, bullseye, 215, 60 miles.
And Cajun, which is the 4th flight of A-10s, just reached their IP. These MiG-29s don't look like they're hot on me, so I'm going to kind of put them off the right gimbal so as to try not to provoke them too much. Okay, I think they might be turning in. I got nails 2-9 in that direction. Sentry Sting 1 committing MiG-29s, bullseye 207067, 24,000. Okay, Fox 3. Fox 3. And Fox 3. It only looks like 3 of them are in hot on me. So I'm just going to put out 3 missiles for now and leave the 4th guy. And I'm music off. And let's start defending. We're at 17 miles already. And we got missiles inbound. This could actually be pretty close. Okay, we're naked for MiG-29s towards 6. Sentry Sting 1 bogey dope.
Sting 1, Sentry 1, nearest hostile, MiG-29, Singleton, bullseye, 190, 80 miles, 24,000.
Sting 1. 190, 80 miles.
Cowboy, shoot spotted.
And we just lost one of the A-10s for some reason.
Bull 1, Sentry 1, SAR package en route.
I didn't hear any of them get attacked though, and I don't think the 3rd flight deployed any weapons either. I think that's our MiG-29 Singleton right there.
Bingo.
Yeah, they don't look like they're hot on the A-10s at all. So I'm just going to buster my way up to cruise altitude here, about Angels 2.6. I don't know what's with the A-10s. They don't look like they're attacking. All right, we're at Angels 2-6. We'll come off the power a little bit and flow out towards the 4th flight, and hopefully they engage. I'm down to 2 long sticks here. And 5.3 for fuel, so fuel's becoming a bit of a concern too. I don't know how we lost one of the A-10s. They're not even near any threats. Okay, we're right over the 4th flight, so let's go back to Buster and we'll pull left here and make one more push back north. And we'll reset bingo to, like, I don't know, 2700. Looks like another group of MiG-29s, another 4-ship. They don't look like they're hot on us, though. So I'm not going to press too hard on them yet. Let's try to keep them off the right gimbal. And we'll just flow out towards the AO here. Oh my god, there's so much stuff out here. Okay, they do look like they're hot on us, actually. Okay, music on. Sentry, Sting 1, declare contacts. Bullseye 195054 5000.
Sting 1-1, Sentry 1, contact confirmed hostile. ID is MiG-29.
Now they look like they're turning off of us. And also, the 4th flight of A-10s is turning off their target. I don't think they deployed any weapons. Sentry, Sting 1, committing 4-ship MiG-29s. Bullseye 194058 5000. Okay, 27 miles out, speeds 470, hot at 3000. And Fox 3. And Fox 3. And that's all we have for long sticks. Okay, we're at 18 miles. Let's ditch here. Music's off. I don't hear any missiles inbound. But we have probably 2 MiG-29s that are hot on our 6. And they can probably outrun us. So we're going to ditch the center line. Sentry, Sting 1, bogey dope.
Sting 1, Sentry 1, nearest threat MiG-29s. 2-ship, bearing 030, 20 miles, 21,000.
Sting 1. So they're
Bingo,
20 miles
bingo.
to our 6 here. And they just went dark on us though, so I don't think they're pressing too hard. We're going to come off the afterburner and just cruise out on sort of a southwest heading here with the A-10s. Yeah, I really don't think they deployed any weapons. I think just Bull 1-2 did. That's it. Sentry, Sting 1, picture.
Sting, 1-1, Sentry, 1. Picture is multiple groups. Nearest hostile at Bullseye, 190, 80 miles, 25,000.
Sting 1. Alright, I don't think anything's hot on us here. Let's come down with the A-10s and see if we can get a look at them.
Altitude. Altitude.
Yeah, I think that's Cajun. Feels like he's going about 250. Is that just me, or does that look like a completely full load out there? I see Mavericks, I see all the SDBs, I see all of his iron bombs. I mean, this son of a bitch didn't do anything. Yeah, it's really disappointing. This guy's probably going to turn left to final, so I'm going to form up on his right wing here. He's pretty slow. I'm going to put on half flaps, I think. I had to Alt-Tab during this flight. Now I got my mouse like permanently on my screen. Yeah, it's so weird. I don't know why these guys didn't attack. It's like they just scrubbed the mission.
Warning, 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 warning.
Let's go full flaps.
Warning, 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 warning.
I'm getting those horns because I don't have my gear out. But I've got plenty of lift. It's not like I'm falling out of the sky.
Warning, 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 warning. warning, 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 warning. Warning, warning, warning. Altitude, altitude.
Well, thanks for nothing, guys. All right, let's make our way out towards Steer 3, and we'll see if we can find the tanker, get refueled, and then we'll RTB. I think I botched this. Camel 1, Sting 1, single ship F-18, Charlie, off to your 3 o'clock. About 4 miles, requesting permission to form up left side for refuel.
Sting 1-1, Camel 1-1. Copy.
Thank God, it looks like he's turning right into me.
Sting 1-1, Camel 1-1. You are cleared to pre-contact position.
Didn't expect that. We're actually super low on fuel right now. About 300 pounds. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in position. I wasn't counting on that maneuver there. Camel 1, Sting 1, moving to pre-contact position.
1-1, Camel 1-1. Cleared to contact position.
Camel, Sting 1, copy that. Moving to contact position. Whoa!
Contact.
Got contact with about 40 pounds left.
Sting 1-1, Camel 1-1. Heads up, tanker is entering turn.
Camel 1, Sting 1, copy that on the turn. I think he's going to turn to the right, but I'm not sure. Either way, we probably don't actually need much more fuel. Mother is not that far away. We'll fuel up to about 8,000. Oh!
Disconnect.
Tanker kind of just sped up there. Dynamic weather.
Contact.
Sting 1, contact. And there's 8,000.
Disconnect.
Camel 1, Sting 1, disconnected. Off to the right. Camel 1, Sting 1-1, all topped up, thanks to the gas.
Roger.
Alright, cruise altitude's about Angels 30. So we'll just climb our way up, and RTB, our approach point for Mother, is about 115 miles away. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Marshall, Sting 1 on the break.
CAS, flare.
Marshall, Sting 1 is a beam, hook gear flaps, state 3.0.
Good evening. Sting 1-1, cleared for landing. Check gear down.
Sting 1, Hornet, ball 2.9, manual. I think I caught the first wire there. All right, thanks for watching this far, guys. We'll see you in the debrief.
You are hereby awarded the Air Medal.
Well, that mission was pretty much a failure. Like I suspected, only Bull 1-2 actually deployed weapons. And he only killed 3 vehicles. Total of 3 vehicles. Nobody else even deployed weapons. Everybody came off cold before they got to the AO. I don't know why that happened. I guess I'll have to check the ACMI and see if there's any clues. Really strange. I destroyed 8 MiG-29s though. That's a hell of a lot of damage I dished out, but I don't know if it really does much good in terms of the actual progress of the campaign. Wow. Yeah, it really sucks. I don't know why nobody else deployed weapons. And Bull 1-1 got the excellent rating. He didn't deploy anything. Bull 1-2 is the only one who damaged anything, and he got a worse rating than Bull 1-1. Who did we lose? Oh, that's why. Because we lost Bull 1-2. And I have no idea why. He's the one who deployed weapons. And we lost him somehow. Yeah, I'll have to check the ACMI. Hey guys, welcome to the ACMI. Alright, so this is us getting airborne and flowing out southwest. Got contact of Camel, and there's sentry just a little to the left of them. Got in position for some refuel. Came off, met up with the A-10s. Pushed northwest over to the IP, and I did a couple of orbits over here while I waited for the A-10s to catch up. Alright, now here's me pushing north with Bull. We had no opposition at this time. There was a couple of MiGs that we picked up, but they were still pretty far out there, and I didn't want to provoke them, so I came off cold. There is Bull 1-2 coming off the target, Bull 1-1 coming off the target, and Bull 1-2 is, I think, just starting to deploy weapons. Yeah, I think this was where I put my TGP on him. And so he's probably going to start deploying. Yeah, there he goes. So the SDBs come off. Let's fast forward a little bit here. And then he pickled off some Mavericks as well. Okay, so this is why all the SDBs missed, because all the ground targets are moving over here. So the Mavericks are going to hit probably, but he still only got 3 kills. That's 1. 2. That looked like it hit the same target. That's 2. And 3. Yeah. So you got 3 kills with the Mavericks, and all these SDBs are going to miss, because they were going to where the column used to be, not where it is. And there's me engaging some MiG-29s. And they're starting to deploy weapons. So I got first shot off. I think the jammer might keep these guys at bay until they get to about within 20 miles or so. And yeah, all those SDBs missed. Okay, that's 1 kill, 2 kill. So 2 of my missiles tracked onto the same MiG. Mach 2.0. Yeah, so I got 3 out of 4 kills there. And Bull 1-2 is outbound. Let's see if we can see what kills him. He probably just spontaneously ejects over here. I wonder if he's running out of fuel. I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah, he just ejects. So we'll go to Bulldog 1-1, which is the... Yeah, it's the second flight. What's going on here? Yeah, okay, so there's Bulldog, Bull 1-2 coming off. Here's me engaging the MiG-29s. Here's Bulldog 1 in on target. And it looks like they both just come off. They don't deploy any weapons at all. None at all. And there I am kind of right over them, and I'm kind of getting in position to push north with Buzzard. And I don't think Buzzard releases any weapons either. So I come north with Buzzard. I pick up a lot. Look at all these MiG-29s. There's a 4-ship. There's a 4-ship. There's a 2-ship of MiG-23s. And here's some Q-5s over here. And it looks like Buzzard is coming off the target. They're not going to engage. Maybe they just don't engage if the column is moving. And it's just my bad luck that the column started to move. I think that's why nobody else was engaging. I don't know why they don't go in there and at least use Mavericks, though. They have Mavericks, which are like designed to hit moving targets. That's super frustrating. All right, here's me committing on another 4-ship group of MiG-29s. I don't think I pickled at this guy because he just wasn't hot on us. I don't know why. Like, I don't see any Patriots inbound on him. He just wasn't like really cooperating with his team. He just got spooked and started bugging out. So I pickled on these three guys. They shot at me at about 18 miles, it looks like. So I think my jammer keeps them at bay until Around 18 miles, even though I am getting, an RWR tone that they're hard spiking me. So it's kind of confusing. Yeah, right around 18 miles is when they shoot. And I'm finding that if you pickle at about 25 miles with a good altitude advantage, then the missiles have tons of energy, like Mach 2, by the time they get to the end game phase of their flight. Mach 2.7 for this guy. So the MiGs have almost like no hope of escaping at that point. I've got 3 missiles inbound, but I'm jinking left and right. Okay, so this guy is defending a Patriot shot, I believe. He must have been getting like locked up or something. Something must have triggered him to move away from his pack. Okay, so now I'm coming south. Buzzard 1 didn't do anything, and Cajun 1 is inbound. And I think I'm down to 2 missiles at this point. Or 2 long sticks at least. All right, so I come back around to the left here, pushing north with Cajun, and they just come off right at the same spatial location as everybody else. They didn't do anything. Probably because all the columns are moving. That's what I'm thinking it is. And we've got more MiG-29s out to the northeast. Another 4-ship group. And I only had 2 missiles left, so the goal was to slow them down as much as possible and then run away from them. The scary thing, though, is when you're in an F-18 and you're engaging a group of MiG-29s, a 4-ship group, and you don't have enough missiles, or even if you do have enough missiles and let's say 2 of them just go onto one target, so you only end up killing like 2 or 3 of the MiG-29s. The problem is that the F-18 is pretty slow, so when you start defending and start dragging out, you'll almost certainly have 1 or 2 ships still on your tail, and they have the ability to run you down if they want to. That's like the problem with the F-18. You can lock up, I think up to 6 targets in TWS. Same as the F-16, no different than that. But it has lots of missiles to boot, but you got to kill everything. Like you've got to eat all the food on your plate or you're going to pay for it and put yourself in a tough position. So I got 2 missiles inbound here, both just a little under Mach 2, but more than enough energy to hit these MiGs. That's 2 more kills. And then these guys, they don't even look like they're really hot on me, but they're bugging me, which is keeping me scared and making me run. Okay, maybe they are hot on me. Where are these guys? Nope. Can't find them. There they are. So they're just about 20 miles to my trail. And at some point here, they kind of give up on me. Yeah. So they go dark and they give up and resume whatever mission their ATO fragged for them. What do we have to the east? Q5s, MiG-23s. Probably attacking this like Patriot group over here, or on their way to something over here, I guess. Patriots are not shooting at them though. Oh, they're bombing something over there. It looks like they missed their target to me. Is there something over there I don't know about? Maybe it's a bridge. Could be a bridge. Or a factory or something, I guess. Yeah. So... Alright, this is where I descended and formed up with Cajun. 1-1. And I just followed him into Kunsan for some formation flying practice. And then climbed out and rejoined with Camel. This got a little dicey because I found Camel, but then I had a good intercept plotted on him, but then he reversed, doubled back on his tanker track. And at this point, I was pretty low on fuel. So all I could really do is kind of conserve fuel and try to cruise with like an optimal intercept. But you can see my speed is like barely more than 300. So at this angle with not much more knots than Camel had, my closure rate was only like 100 knots or something like that. And I think my distance is like 40 miles or something. So I knew I wasn't going to catch, oh, it was 20 miles. I knew I wasn't going to catch Camel. The only thing I could do was kind of just stall and kind of stay close to the tanker track and just conserve fuel. I think I even put my flaps out at one point just to try to get as much lift as I could up at my optimal, and I think I had my RPMs down to about 75%. And I'm basically just waiting for Camel to double back. But Camel turns to the right, and I kind of screwed it up. Instead of like putting myself out here to intercept him when he came back around, I actually screwed up the geometry, and I got kind of behind him again. And it got really close for being out of fuel. But I made it happen. But then just as I was getting close, I expected Camel to continue, northwest here on his track. But right at the last second, he started to turn into me. And I had to make this tough maneuver. And of course, so I don't fall out of the sky, I had to use Buster, which is, I'm down to like 300 pounds or something at this point. And Camel is like turning right into me to make it as difficult as possible. So then I slice back in and try to take as much energy with me. And got in behind it with about probably around 100, 150 pounds here. And then didn't have time to mess around with getting on his wing. I just had to go right to pre-contact position. This Patriot's shooting at something over here. And then Camel like leveled out just in time. And I pushed to contact position with about 40 pounds left. Be nice if the boom came down in attack view. The boom should probably just always be down. If it's an option between like staying down and staying up, I think I would have modeled it down. But then again, maybe it would have looked stupid since it wouldn't like adjust to your movement and stuff. And I got contact, yeah, just in the nick of time with like 40 pounds left. Came back off. And then, RTB'd. It looks like there's a helicopter deep in our territory. But I didn't see it, and I didn't call for any pictures over here. And there's nothing else really that happened on the way home. I don't know what the naval group is shooting at. Always wasting ammo for some reason. I think I came in a little bit below glide slope on this landing. I felt like I caught the first wire. Oh, we're about to have a collision over here. These boats were acting so stupid. Kaboom! It's kind of silly how they use like a Russian model for the carrier as well. And that's it for the flight. So my only guess is that the A-10s didn't attack because the tank started moving, basically. Bulldog 1 or Bull 1-2 must have gotten weapons off like right before they started moving, or I don't know why Bull 1-2 deployed weapons and nobody else did, but that's my only guess. Either that or they ran out of fuel or something. They like reached a bingo state and had to turn around. That's my only other idea, which would sort of make sense because Bull 1-2 was the only one that pushed past that certain point on the map. They pushed past a point and deployed weapons close enough to deploy Mavericks, and nobody else did. And everybody else made it home, but Bull 1-2 ejected kind of on the long final for Kunsan. So that kind of fits, I guess, but I don't know. I thought they had plenty of fuel. I actually even put center lines on them in between doing the briefing and fragging the mission just so that they would definitely have enough fuel. All right, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you for the next one.